Welcome to 2215 North Halsted. This is a phenomenal Lincoln Park address. When I walked through the door, the first thing I noticed were these huge windows. These span the entire width of the building, or this unit rather, and I love how they did the glass on the outsides. Typically you see steel there, and it's ruining your sight line as you're looking through. This is giving you a clear view all the way out to Halsted. These doors are massive, feel very weighty, but still easy to open. Outside here, there's gas, there's water, there's TV, there's lights, there's a J-box. You can do anything you want with this space, with this spectacular width that we're working with here. I love the choices of different spaces in this room, and one thing they did to define the different areas is they used this very low profile molding work, saying this is our dining room, this is our living room, this is our kitchen. And you see that pattern go right into the bedrooms as well. So over here, we're working with a Sub-Zero beverage center. Everything is top of the line here. One thing that's frustrating when you're looking at new construction, spec homes, people are trying to do things as cheaply as possible. So they'll give you the Sub-Zero and the Wolf, but they'll skimp on everything else. Luke, the developer here, knows you have to have high-end products all the way throughout. You can't do a little here, sprinkle a little there, salt and pepper them all the way through. You have to have high-end products all the way throughout. I really like the black, and you can't see this probably through the camera, maybe you can, but it's basically a wood finish on this back paneling. Then you have the shelves. Then you have an outlet right here so you can put whatever you need to in, and then tons of storage all the way through. Bringing us to the kitchen, I love the matte finish on the cabinets. They did this blackish gray on this side, giving this a very modern but tasteful feeling. And this softens it up, maybe giving it a more transitional look. And one thing they were smart enough to do was to provide you with outlets in the cabinetry. It's always frustrating when you don't have that. More so, you'll notice on this backsplash here, they're staging stuff so it's hard to see, but we have no outlets. Now, that wasn't an oversight. There is a chase all the way up here. It's not installed yet. You can see where this hole is. There's gonna be outlets so you can plug in your different appliances where you need to. They have the top of the line, 42-inch Wolf right here, and then you have the same Sub-Zero right on this side. Both sides of it, ice maker, everything that you need, all in one place. Now, you saw the front, and that's where we started. I'm gonna come back, because you're entering in the middle of the unit. This is your hallway, which isn't finished. This is still under construction. Nice private entry. Walk in, do I go left, do I go right? Okay, let's go right. Then you have this powder room off to the side here that isn't just a standard pedestal sink, isn't just a little something to come up with. You have a full, this is basically 6 feet, probably a little shy of 6 feet, all the way through, but then storage underneath. And a lot of times when you have wall-mounted faucets like these, water's not on, you'll be able to see the plumbing down here. Now, they were smart enough to do, they call this a rock P-trap or a bottle P-trap, something like that, bottle P-trap. And you'd use it instead of just having the standard plastic and standard look. But I love all the storage down here, plus this paneling that was on the other side of the bar continues all the way through. So it's a really elevated look. And you have the foot or 10-inch apron right here connecting it all through. And you can't even see it, but there's a seam right here. It's impossible to see. It's unbelievable. The quality of stone, the quality of fixtures. These are RH lighting throughout. We're talking about very high-end items. And then you have linen closet right here, which is almost an extended pantry, which is crazy to think that you need. And did you notice that? So I didn't hit a switch. I didn't pull a cord. This is motion. And of course it's motion because if you're opening the door, you're gonna want the light on, right? This reduces what they like to call wall acne, which I thought is a great term. So you're not having switches here, not having anything to deal with, not having another thing to be heavy on your eyes to look at. You have just a clean, functional, open the door, closet turns on because that's what I want. Now we brushed right past the fireplace here, gas, TV above, at least the ability to add it there. Really great porcelanosa throughout. So all the stone that you're seeing here, all the porcelain, all comes from Porcelanosa. Again, none of the skimping on name brands. This has every luxury product that you want to see in this price point. I love that they have a J box in the center here, so you can set your own chandelier, really decide the feel and theme of this room. But in addition to that, everyone has some books, everyone wants to display some things. You have tons of storage all the way through. They have the functional windows here so you can push them out. And I just keep going back to this space. We're gonna find out the width of this. I do not have my Bosch electric tape measure today, but this is just so big. And to be right on Halsted for Lincoln Park, you could be east of here and you could be on a more residential street, but I am in the center of it all. I can get to the Armitage train, I can go to any of the boutiques on Armitage, I can go to the restaurants. Alinia's right down the street, like 3 blocks away from that, I think. This is a really great location, and I like how they flanked on each side a little storage. You know, for the things that you use often, you're in the living room, you're on the couch, you need something, you keep these things right here for easy access. This really sets off the space. Also notice we have sprinklers all the way throughout, and then these little points here are low voltage wiring. So you have these in every single room. Not only do they have them in the living room for a 5.1 setup, so you can have 5 speakers and a subwoofer, they have it in the kitchen. And then they have 2 in the dining room. So no matter where you are, you can customize your music, your sound for different areas. I have this in my house, and maybe when you come over to my place, maybe I have something different going in the bathroom, in the guest bath, and then you have something different in the living room, and you can separate. So when someone goes away, when they go to the bathroom, like, oh, I'm hearing something a little different. It's a great feature to have. We went right through this closet, and one thing I like that Luke does as well, for all these standard closets, he builds them out. And he builds out some of the primary closets too. But what else do you need? I just need to put away my jackets. I need storage up above. This is very straightforward. All that low voltage we talked about, sometimes you'll go into a property and you'll just see wires growing out of the wall like they're weeds. It's terrible. Not only that, but you don't know what they're for, which one works for what. These are all bundled together, easily organized. And if you look at this, if you look at the end of this, this is how many different speaker points and low voltage wire points you have. So they have Cat 5, Cat 6, low voltage, they have everything to give you a completely connected home, no matter what you decide to do. And another thing that I like about these doors, they call this the Lincoln Park door. We're in Lincoln Park, but it's a single panel door. You can always put mirrors inside these inlays, which allows you to see yourself. So if this was me, this is the coat closet, I'd have one here, I'd have one there, check myself out, close, move on for the day. Now, we have interior bedrooms here, and one thing that's unique about this property that I liked is on the other side of this wall is the primary suite. Usually it's in the back. Think about that, we're gonna get back to that shortly. So very sizable rooms, good distance between the next building and this one, built out closets, 8-foot doors, solid core, very hefty, very thick, not the thin thing. And this is something that's often overlooked, but come here. You see this above? Typically, these are ball joints. I hate ball joints. You're struggling with the door, you gotta force it in, force it out. These are magnetic catches. So you see how it pulled the door right in? And they haven't finished this yet, so they'll put a little bumper there so you don't have that big close like I just had. But it pulls it, holds it right in place. It's the easiest, most elegant, best way to finish off the closet doors. So when we come through here, we get to our second bath. They did a nice hexagon tile floor here. Then they increased the size of it here to have that continuation of the patterns. We have Hansgrohe here, so we have fixture, wall shower, hand shower, wall shower, niche. Now, a lot of times people will finish the niche with a different material. I'm not a big fan of that. One of the reasons we're at this property is because I think Luke does a phenomenal job, and he has very good eyes to understand what's happening right now today in trends and what's tasteful, what was happening 100 years ago that we should implement, execute all the way through the project so we get this tasteful, clean, clear vision all the way through. But really good shelf and tall enough. People bring Costco bottles and oftentimes they can't even fit in the shower niche. The shower niche is a great idea, but it has to be executed properly. It has to be large enough for a pump bottle. On top of that, we have Duravet vanities, Duravet tops, so very clean, good look. Another thing Luke does is he puts the medicine cabinets on the side because you always need additional storage. This isn't to have more vanity for your vanity. It's about having storage right here, so for all the things that you need. So this is going to be your bath for these 2 bedrooms back here, and you have the powder room in front for all your guests, and then you have another linen closet because you always need the storage, but you have the primary suite right here in the middle of the home. And what I like about that is sometimes it's all the way in the back where you're looking at wires. Here, you're in the middle of the home. I imagine this unit, someone's gonna have kids, they're gonna be running around, they're gonna wonder where they are and what they're doing. This puts you past all the points, so if they're moving around, you're gonna hear them. Very sizable room, very sizable closet here. Look at this, come here. This is huge. This is absolutely huge, look at this. This is 145 inches by 80 inches. That's enormous, that's very big. One thing I noticed too, so they did a pocket door. Always like a pocket door. Again, everything's not finished here. Single panel door as well. But this entrance is a little narrower than usual. Why? Because it gives you more space for the closet to use. You can utilize this space better. So I don't have a problem walking in. And what's nice about getting a little tighter, a little narrow when you walk in, it feels so much bigger when you get in. So looking at all the things, just imagine this, built out, all your clothes, all your bags, all your shoes. I can picture it like shoes all on this wall, long dresses here, bags over here, sweaters. It'd be a great closet. We were talking about the drywall work that they did, the plaster work. So if we look above here, we have the same thing, very tasteful, elegant, clean. Then we come in here, they have this 3D style floor. So these are 24 by 24, full vanity here, 𝗦𝗢𝗕𝗦𝗢𝗥𝗦, which in terms of modern, contemporary, there's nothing better. I keep going to do this like they're on, the water isn't on yet. And then my first comment in here to Luke when I came in was, so do you guys ever frost these? Or he's like, it's being frosted, don't worry about it, it's coming. So these will be frosted. And here's a great look too. This is something that's one of my personal favorite decisions. Notice that this is a towel bar, this is a handle, right? So it's a handle on both sides, but you'll notice, where do my towels go? Your towels go here. Who wants another thing off the wall? More wall acne, more things that you have to clean, worry about, that take the attention away from the overall finish. Now we also have the transom window right up here, so we're gonna get some extra light coming through. But these are nice, and just imagine this being complete. Frosted, you get your own room, great vent, and then leading to this phenomenal primary shower. Now, same tile here coming forward, but different pattern. So we have the 24 by 24 coming through to the mosaic, and then we can see what we're working with here. We have our wall mount, we have our rain head, we have a hand shower right here. We have a hand shower right here, and this is going to be the panel for the steam unit, which will come out right there. And then they have the full ledge shower niche. This is as good as it gets. This is the elevated palette. And then they have this recessed tub. So on first glance, this might feel smaller. It's not smaller, it's the right size. But what I like about this is it sinks down below the floor. So it gives, like, this is very deep because I'm lower than this floor right here. So my butt is lower than the floor. I'm sitting up, I'm very comfortable, but I have this it reminds me of Tony Montana and Scarface when he's sitting in that tub that's like in the carpeted room. It's so strange, but it sinks in, it's recessed into the floor.
Do you know what capitalism is?
You're getting some type of effect right here like that. Ooh, another great feature. So this is the timed exhaust fan, right? So 30 minutes, 15, 10, 5, whatever you want to set, so these exhaust fans are pulling out everything. So right over here, full laundry room, second exit, back door, so you can just exit right out of the building when you want to, or go to the parking in that direction. And then you have full mechanicals right here. Really good systems, really good brands, everything you want and need. It's always nice to have some hanging space. You want to take things from here and hang them up. cabinetry. I love when it's high too. You want this comfort height for all these types of items. And then we come to 2 more bedrooms in the back here. So we're talking about 4 beds, 3 baths, 1 powder room. And this was surprising. Remember how wide it was in the front? Come here. So we have 2 good sized rooms. This is a day bed. You could easily fit a desk in here, anything else. You can see the staging really helps. But I love these vertical windows in the back. So it's breaking up your eyes. It's showing you something that you're not typically going to see, giving a little different feel for this room. I think this would be a perfect office. Could be a kid's room, could be anything you want. But then on this side, we get kind of a rectangle like that. And then here we move the rectangle in this direction, and this is your guest bed. And why is this your guest bed? This is the guest suite, because we have this bathroom right here. I love this floating vanity. It's small, but it's tasteful. It doesn't take away from the storage. I'm talking about countertop space, but really, how much do you need? Because you have the medicine cabinet right here, like we talked about. You have full drawers, tons of space. This looks very clean, very sophisticated. Then you have the super deep tub here. And then I am in love with this tile. Very textured, very matte, looks really good, and fits everything that's working here. So it's all about the small things. Look at this garage. Look how big it is. Look how much space there is. So this is a mud room right here. This is someone's entire space. They get access to this from their unit. Look how big this is. What a coup for them. They get all this extra space, plus they have an awesome guest bedroom suite right over here. And then they have their mechanicals tucked away right over there. But there's mechanicals for the building. Come on. So, still looking for the mechanicals, but this is the entrance of the building. So you have, if you're in these duplexes, you have an entrance here, you have an entrance there, and then when you walk up 1 more floor, or take the elevator up 1 floor, you have another entrance. So, you saw the mechanical system, there's radiant heat everywhere. Check out this awesome engineering that we're looking at for all the plumbing here. This guy's sweating some pipe, finishing this up. So, another room, so storage for the building, plus the panels, plus the meters, everything else. I showed you the garage spaces. Now see the off-alley spaces, which in my opinion are easier, because you can go straight from the alley, don't have to drive underground, don't have to do 3-point turns, and you have all these spaces here that are available. So check this out. This is where the garbage goes. This is where the recycling goes. It's not in the alley. You don't have to remove it. I'm thinking on trash day, you just hit the button, garbage company comes, takes everything out without you having to touch anything. This is one of the most sophisticated, easy, smart decisions I've seen for this type of setup, because it's always awkward or funny, and most developers don't even do what they're supposed to. They don't do this part because for new construction, the aldermen, everyone in the city, they want garbage cans out of the sidewalks. You don't have a $5 million home and you're hitting them all the time. This is a great solution for that. I love showing you all of Chicago's properties, everything there is to see. If you're watching this right now and you want to buy something in Chicago, let me know. I'd love to represent you. If you're looking at this and you want to sell something, is there better marketing than this?